Hey Divas, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to reveal all of the unethical stuff that I've done in Bloxburg. And before we get started, I have to include a little bit of a disclaimer. So for legal reasons, I am not doing these things anymore. It's in the past, and I'm just doing this video to educate everyone on what not to do in Bloxburg. So with all of the legalities aside, let's get to the illegal stuff. Okay, let's start with something that's not that bad. I used to have a hotel. I still have a lot of hotels, but I had this specific hotel which had cameras in all of the rooms, and I used to spy on all of the guests, and I don't regret it. Yeah, I don't regret it at all. Okay, next up. Along the hotel theme, I have this free hotel. It's called Shelter, and I take donations, and it's allegedly for like expanding the place, but I stopped expanding that place like a long time ago, and so I'm just taking all the money for myself. And even when we were like expanding the hotel to fit more people, I still like took at least half of the donations for myself. So basically, especially in the early days, it was a lot like a homeless shelter, and I would say that donate to us and we will help the homeless, but I took half of it for myself. Yeah, it feels really good to let that out. Obviously, like, I don't think anyone minds. Like, it's probably not that not that bad, but yeah, some people might have a problem with it, but oops. Next up, unethical thing number 3 is that I once sold like these little candy boxes that you can buy like from the vending machines in game, and I sold them to people as illegal substances, and I also like charged probably like 20 times more than I like bought them for. And I told them it was like coke, and yeah, people loved it. Oh my god. It's not like I made like a fortune off that, but I still like did it, and people loved it. People were very, very happy to buy some coke inside the Bloxburg. And maybe that's a sign that they should add some drugs into the game, Okay, let's move on. I have this asylum, which I run sometimes on a Bloxburg neighborhood. And yeah, let's just say that anyone that goes inside, whether mentally ill or not, will never get out. I essentially like trap them there, but a lot of people don't that's a lie. A lot of people do mind, but I don't really care. I mean, I think that if you came through the door and it says asylum over the door, why should you expect to leave? I mean, like, I don't think I've done anything wrong, but it might be slightly unethical. Okay, on to the next unethical thing. Well, I have... Okay, this one's like pretty unethical, and I've only done it 2 times. So I went to a Bloxburg neighborhood for, family role plays, and I just like adopted a baby. I was like, invited the baby to my family, and then I sold the baby to people. So once I sold the baby for 4,000, and another time I sold a baby for 20,000. But when I sold the baby for 20,000, I was actually like very nice and thoughtful, and I actually gave the baby half of it because yeah, I kind of felt bad for like selling her, but yeah, I kind of felt bad. Okay. And I haven't done that in a long time. Obviously, it was for like experimental purposes. I just wanted to see if it could be done. I didn't intentionally want to make a lot of money on it. I just wanted to see if it could be done, and it works. So like, don't do it, but like you could do it. But it was kind of hard work, but it did work in the end twice. Oh my god. Okay, let's do a general unethical thing. I used to be like really mean to people in Bloxburg. Like when running hotels, I used to scream at people like a lot, and I've actually become really a lot nicer. I think it was because my Roblox avatar was blonde, so I just like acted very blonde, but then now my Roblox avatar is obviously brunette, and I think that just like helped me be a little bit nicer and less rude. Okay, well, in the same asylum that I mentioned before, I have an advertisement on the side which says like we've cured like hundreds of people through this asylum, and there are pictures of a lot of like people that I've met in Bloxburg, and it's a long story as to how I got those, you know, how I took those pictures, but basically none of those people actually agreed to be on an advertisement, you know, for an asylum. None of those have like stepped in the asylum except for maybe one who like told me like what the hell am I doing on the like side of the building? Why am I on that like advertisement? Why did you use my picture? And yeah, but she wasn't that mad. It just happened. So maybe it's not that wrong after all, but yeah. On one of my plots, I have like a trap which says like free food, and then like it's a cabinet and it says free food next to the cabinet, but like when you walk out to the cabinet, there's like a hat which makes you fall into the ground, and the only way I let people out is by demanding them that they pay $1,000 to me. And I made a few thousand off of it. I'm probably gonna delete it, you know, because there are other unethical ways to make a lot of more money. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna delete it because it's wrong. It's wrong. I've like robbed people a lot of times, but I call it ethical robbing because it's more been like I've gone up to a person and I just like shot it a bit, and then I grabbed my like axe from the backpack and I was like, hey, can you give me some money? Like, and then I say like, give me 1K, I'm robbing you. And I made a lot of money on that, because a lot of times if you're just like nice to them before you tell them that you robbed them, they will actually give you money. And I once also like kidnapped this lady in a game. I was like, I kidnapped her with her car, and then I was like, I will let you go if you give me money. And she gave me money after a little back and forth, you know. First she was shocked, but you know, I don't consider this that bad. And let me tell you why it's not that bad. Because I was never like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. You know, give me money or I'm gonna kill you. Like, that's obviously like very wrong and you shouldn't do that. But I was like, I was never like that. I was like, hello, I'm ready. Nice to meet you. I'm an ethical robber and I'm currently robbing you right now. And you know, if they really didn't want to give me money, then I just left them alone. And so it was very much like an ethical robbery, but still it's robbery. So it might be unethical. So that's why I'm putting it in this video. Oh my God, like we're at like, this video is getting, you know, quite long for being a video about unethical things that I've done. Like, am I that unethical? Maybe. I did once run a hotel that was so bad, and like the rooms were like very disgusting, and you know, there weren't real beds. It was just like a mattress on the floor and some other things. You know, it was in rough shape, you know, and while running it, someone on the same neighborhood as me had a police station, and yeah, basically the hotel got raided and I got arrested by these people that ran this police station, and yeah, I went to jail in game, which I mean, karma's a bitch, you know. I guess I learned that then. But yeah, it was an experiment. I wanted to see, you know, how cheap I could go, like how, like, could I still run a successful hotel when the rooms were so cheap and, you know, disgusting? And obviously the answer was no, because like I didn't even make a lot of money on that. People just like didn't really vibe with it, and you know, I get that when the rooms look like that. I don't think I had screenshots of that hotel. It was so short-lived. I had to bulldoze it after it flopped so bad. Okay, so that was all of the unethical things in Bloxburg I have done that I can remember. Trust me, there's probably a lot more. But yeah, I can't really remember more right now. But if I do, I will make a part 2. And I want to note that even if I've done all of these crazy unethical things, I have never once cheated or exploited for money inside of Bloxburg. Because even if I don't have morals, I do have principles. I'm a diva with principles. So in that way, I am a good person. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. That really helps a smaller channel like mine. And guys, let me know in the comments what unethical things you have done inside of Bloxburg, because I read all my comments and I really want to know what messed up shit you guys have done. But yeah, anyways, have an awesome day, Diva. Bye!